Whether you like them or not, the Kansas City Chiefs are the next dynasty in the NFL.
And you can doubt the Chiefs. You can dislike the Chiefs. You can disrespect the Chiefs. You're going to have to deal with the Chiefs.
What we're seeing right now from Patrick Mahomes is something we haven't seen since Tom Brady. The fact that in only 6 seasons of being a starter, he is already in conversations with the undisputed GOAT is enough to say. But what if the GOAT race just got a whole lot closer? Patrick Mahomes is now in a league of his own, going to 4 Super Bowls in 5 years and potentially winning his 3rd championship and Super Bowl MVP. Patrick is pacing Brady great. He's actually pacing even better if we compare the two through the age of 28 years old. Mahomes has 74 wins to Tom's 58. Mahomes has 14 playoff wins entering the Super Bowl. Tom had 10 including the Super Bowl. Now I have to touch on the fact that Mahomes has now already tied playoff wins with Peyton Manning, and if he wins the Super Bowl, he will be only under Joe Montana, who has 16 wins, and Tom Brady, who has 35 playoff wins. The thing about Mahomes is it seems like every year with him is Super Bowl or bust. All this guy does is win and put his team in a position to win. Mahomes is also #1 in every postseason quarterback stat. He also proved now these last 6 years that when the game matters the most, he will show up and put his team in a position to win, like I said. Not one single person outside of Chiefs fans thought they would end up in the Super Bowl, let alone the AFC Championship. The fact that Mahomes and Andy Reid were able to flip a switch in this offense when it mattered the most is incredible. Spags and the defense had a huge part of the success this postseason for the Chiefs, but I want to focus primarily on the dominance that Patrick Mahomes has shown. In his first year as a starter, he was going toe-to-toe with Tom Brady at home in the AFC Championship game. Not to mention, the Chiefs would have won that game if it wasn't for an offsides penalty with barely any time left in the 4th quarter. The thing about this Chiefs team is that they're getting it done with guys that no one thought it would be possible. Let's all take in for a second that Kadarius Toney is about to win his 2nd championship.
But yeah, man, that shit cap. I'm not hurt. None of that shit.
This team led the league in drops and looked like the worst offense all season long. They were losing games simply because no one could remember how to catch a football. Rashee Rice made a huge step up this season and is looking like a top target for Mahomes. Rice helped open the field so much more for Travis. All season long, teams would double and even triple team Kelsey, but now it's seeming like he's always getting open. It's also how they were able to flip that switch in the playoffs. That's what separates the Chiefs from every other team in the league. Going from dropping the game-winning touchdown to making huge plays in back-to-back playoff games is huge. MVS did this last year as well in the AFC Championship. He's now consistently shown up in the playoffs regardless of what the media and people were saying about him. This team stuck together when it got tough and made it to where every team wants to go. That is another reason what separates this team from every other team in the league. No one was criticized more than the Chiefs, but they didn't crack under pressure. They didn't let what the media said or the narratives get to them. They played with a chip on their shoulder and made the right plays when needed. Against the Ravens, you could tell the difference between the two teams when the pressure got going. It looked like the Ravens self-destructed and had no answer to anything the Chiefs were doing. The best team all season long looked defeated and helpless against the Chiefs, especially after the Zay Flowers taunting call. That was unnecessary, and I get that the moment is special, but he learned it the hard way. He made a great play but ruined it by taunting the best corner in the game, who on the next play proved why he is. The Roquan Smith play running over Donovan Smith. Maybe Donovan Smith was offsides, but he completely ruined that because he ran right through him for no reason. Throughout the game, you could see even Lamar Jackson getting frustrated and throwing his helmet, which apparently is only a problem if you throw your helmet and are on the Chiefs. Spags and the defense had a huge part in the implosion of the Ravens. This is now the best defense in football, which is insane because it's also the youngest defense in football. The Chiefs need to do everything they can to make sure Chris Jones comes back next season because, man, he really is a game changer. Him, George Karlaftis, Charles Omenihu, the corner blitzes with Trent McDuffie and Justin Reed helping on some blitzes, and had a few plays where he jammed the run. Like, Justin Reed is a great player. The Chiefs need to make sure they keep the key pieces of this defense together. As much as the defense led this team to the win, Patrick and his leadership will continue to show as the Chiefs team will continue to dominate the league. My prediction for this Super Bowl, I do believe this defense is what's going to get the job done for the Chiefs once again. The 49ers have so many weapons that you can't overlook. Christian McCaffrey is arguably one of the best players in the league. Deebo Samuels, when healthy, has had a great year. Can't forget Ayuk, who had that crazy catch against the Lions, who is always making plays. Same with Brandon Jennings. Their defense is strong as well, but this 49ers team has shown a lot of weaknesses these last few games they've played. I know they had a great comeback against the Detroit, and they were able to get it done against the youngest team in football, being the Packers. But truthfully, I don't think Brock Purdy is ready for what Spags and this defense is about to do. I mean, we all watched the Christmas game against the Ravens. 4 interceptions is not ideal at all, especially if Spags primarily blitzes again. I don't think their offensive line will be able to hold up. Like I mentioned, the Chiefs defense is so deep. It's not like previous years. This defense is actually deep. The linebacker room to the cornerbacks to the safeties to the line. There's players who make plays all over the side of the field who will execute when it's needed. It may even be similar to 2020 when Tom Brady and the Bucs completely embarrassed the Chiefs with their defense. I think the Chiefs have an opportunity to do the same thing. Granted, Patrick Mahomes was dealing with his turf toe injury, but what the Bucs were able to do with all the blitzes and the defensive scheme against the Chiefs completely shut down their offense. The Niners are playing with a chip on their shoulder, being that they already lost to Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl recently. We'll just have to see if they'll be ready to get it done. This game could also be a shootout. Last year, the Eagles had a good defense, and I didn't think the Chiefs would put up 38 points. It'll be hard for them to do that this year, but it's a Super Bowl. Who knows what will happen for sure. I believe the Chiefs, led by Spags and the defense, will get the win. Mahomes will win his 3rd Super Bowl, and assuming he wins his 3rd Super Bowl MVP, he will separate himself from every quarterback in not just the league, but of all time. In only 6 years as a starter as well. This dominance hasn't been done this quickly, and we haven't seen anything like this since Tom Brady and the Patriots. We need to appreciate greatness instead of hating, because that's what everyone else is doing and saying. Look at the numbers, they don't lie. Look at the tape, his game doesn't lie either. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs aren't going anywhere for the foreseeable future. Whether you like them or not, you can doubt the Chiefs, you can dislike the Chiefs, but you're gonna have to deal with the Chiefs. Let me know what you think is gonna happen in the Super Bowl. Who do you think is gonna win? But like I said, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are gonna continue dominating the league for the foreseeable future. I don't think any AFC team is touching them anytime soon.